When I received my first salary, I felt rich. Not wealthy, not financially independent, just rich. For the first time, money was arriving because of my own work. I started spending without thinking much about it. A better phone, more dining out, a few subscriptions, small rewards that felt completely justified. Then one evening, my father asked me a question so strange that I laughed. "Are you profitable?" At first, I thought he was joking. I wasn't running a company. I was just earning a salary. Or at least, that's what I believed. When I told my father that I wasn't a business, he smiled. Then he said something I still remember. "Every company survives because it earns more than it spends. Why should your life be any different?" That question stayed with me. Until then, I had always focused on how much I earned. I rarely paid attention to how much I kept. My father wasn't interested in my salary. He was interested in something else, whether I was actually making progress. The next day, my father opened a simple spreadsheet. Nothing fancy. No charts. No dashboards. Just numbers. He pointed at my salary. "That's your revenue." Then he pointed at my expenses. Rent, food, transport, internet, entertainment, shopping, everything I spent. Then he showed me a formula I had seen hundreds of times in business. Revenue minus expenses equals profit. That was the moment I realized something. Whether you're a company or a person, the math doesn't really change. My father asked me to track every expense for a month. Not to judge myself, not to stop spending, just to observe. At the end of the month, we built my first personal profit and loss statement. For the first time, I could see where my money was actually going. Before that, my finances felt random. After that spreadsheet, they became visible. And once something becomes visible, it becomes manageable. Numbers have a strange ability. They reveal patterns that emotions often hide. The biggest surprise wasn't my rent. It wasn't my electricity bill. It wasn't transportation. It was everything else. Small purchases, small conveniences, small decisions. Each one looked harmless. A coffee here, a delivery order there, a subscription I barely used. Individually, they seemed insignificant. Together, they told a very different story. For the first time, I understood why some people earn good money and still struggle financially. The problem isn't always income. Sometimes it's awareness. One lesson from my father changed how I think about money. Revenue pays today's bills. Profit builds tomorrow's opportunities. A company doesn't become successful because it generates revenue. It becomes successful because it consistently generates profit. The same is true for individuals. The money left after expenses is not just a number. It represents choices, savings, investments, opportunities, freedom. Years have passed since that conversation. The spreadsheet looks different now. The numbers are larger. The categories have changed. But the principle remains exactly the same. Looking back, my father never taught me accounting. He taught me awareness. He taught me to measure what matters. Because most people track their work. Few people track their financial performance. And whether we realize it or not, every one of us is running a business. The business just happens to be our own life. That conversation with my father happened years ago. The lesson stayed with me. The spreadsheet stayed with me too. Today, I'd like to share a version of that same template with you. If you'd like to see whether you're profitable, download the free Vizalon personal P&L template from the description. You might be surprised by what your numbers reveal. Awareness is the first investment. See you in the next episode.